Tell me, how important is the ground bait and the mixing of the ground bait?
Very, very important. I mean, I've gone through a spell of mixing different ingredients together to try and get the right mix, which is a nightmare, because you straight away you're thinking, I don't need this, I want to go fishing, I want to get to me peg, I want to take it out of a bag, mix it, and that's it, it's done.
Right.
And that's what we worked on. I mean, for the last 6 months I've worked real hard with Sono baits, and we've come up with this new match method mix just for that.
And does this feed the fish, or does it tempt the fish?
It does both, Dave. You know, certain times of year you can fish. I mean, a lot of time I do fish the big feeder. When the fish are having it and you want them to stay in your peg, you're building your peg up, you want to put some ground bait in. On certain matches I've gone through 4 to 5 kilos for a method feeder. You know, when you're catching maybe 150 little fish,
yeah,
you're surprising the amount of gear you can go through.
Well, I always remember the late Clive Smith saying to me that he genuinely believed that you only ever caught 10% of the fish that were in front of you. So if you're having £100, how many's in front of you?
Exactly, there's thousands. There's well, hundreds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, they do want some feed.
Right.
You want them to stay in your peg.
One of the things that was a problem for a lot of anglers early on with the method was I found far too many of them were making the ground bait too hard.
Yeah.
And in actual fact, I've seen them wind in and the ground bait is still as
Yeah.
it. How important to you is the mix itself?
Yeah, what we worked with Sono was, I spoke to them because I was getting problems where, especially when you're fishing big, deep waters, and what you've got to remember is when you chuck that method feeder out, when it hits the surface of the water, it's a hell of an impact. And I'm always thinking to myself, that ground bait's off of there. And the mix I was using, I wasn't convinced it was doing the right job. It was, I wanted it to go on the bottom and then break up. I didn't want it all coming out on the surface. And what we've done with this, we got it just perfect.
A few fish
There
around.
we go, they're ready already. They can smell it.
Preston, it seems to me, have come up with a jolly good idea for the less experienced angler. On the packet, it tells you exactly what you've got to do.
Yeah, exactly. You've got basically 2 kilos of ground bait, and that takes 2 pints of water. Which you basically put this dry mix in a bucket, add 2 pints of water, and it's virtually, well, that's it there, that's the mix. I mean, obviously, when a day like today where it's hot, it's going to dry out a bit, so you're going to have to put a little bit more water to it. But, you know, for that will last a couple of hours, and it is absolutely perfect.
All right, let's go to the acid test. Let's put that into a bowl, put in 2 pints of water, and see what happens.
No probs.
Come on.
Sorted. Okay, this is the new match method mix from Sono Baits. Before we actually talk about the ingredients, there is actually an inline feeder in here, a free one, that actually comes with every bag of ground bait. Before we mix it, we will talk about the ingredients and how we come to get this mix. Like I said to David earlier, what we found was I've always had a problem with the method mix of actually taking it to my peg. What I wanted was a ground bait where I could take it, mix it on the bank and use it, not have 2 or 3 different ingredients. And that's what we've done with this mix. It's taken a long time to get it right, but it is absolutely perfect and very, very easy to mix, which I'll show you now. Very easy. So just take the 2 kilo bag, let's put it in a bucket, take the feeder out. There's the free feeder that actually comes with it, the inline one. So take that out. And all you need then is a 2-pint bait tub, exactly 2 pints. And fill that right up to the brim. So that's the 2 kilos in the bucket of dry mix to 2 pints of water. Just stick the whole 2 pints in, like that. I know it looks a bit suspect, but once you start mixing, the water all goes in. Just mix really well. Like I said, I would do this as soon as I get to my peg. If I'm fishing a match, this is the first thing I do, is mix my ground bait. Just keep mixing until all the dry ingredients have all got the water in it. Mix it round and round, make sure all the ingredients have got all the water inside. As you can see from there, it's actually taking that water in really, really quickly. Just keep mixing. And really, once the water's all gone in, you just literally leave that. I would leave that for about 10 minutes to 20 minutes, depending on how much time you've got, and come back to it. Like I said, very, very simple. This is the most simplest ground bait that I've ever used for method feeder fishing. Yeah, so you just mix it around like that. Like I said, that's taking all the water in now. And like I said, on the actual packaging there, it actually says, it tells you exactly what to do. Put the 2 kilos of dry mix in the bucket, 2 pints of water, fill up to the brim, and that is it. Very, very simple. Don't have to do anything else apart from literally what I would do then. I would leave that, like I said, for 10 to 20 minutes and then push it through a riddle. And that is it. You don't have to do anything else with it. Obviously, on a day like it is today, it's very hot. You might have to, during the match or during your pleasure session, maybe add just a little bit of water to keep it damp. And that is it. Very, very simple.